Go nuts for Lacey Artemis, everybody!
Oh, those lights are really bright. That's how the way so you can actually see me. Yes, hi, I'm Lacey Artemis, and I know what you're probably all thinking, and yes, I am from Oshawa. I don't live there anymore. I had just enough self-respect to leave. But I did grow up there, and I did have my first job there, and my first job was at a Wendy's, because McDonald's wouldn't hire me. But I was actually kind of a budding Marxist feminist, so I thought it was better for me to give my labor to Wendy's than to like Harvey, or some other Five Guys. Dairy Queen was there, but I just couldn't in good conscience support monarchy, And there was all these other restaurants that I could have worked at, but there was so many red flags, there was Domino's, but gambling addiction. There was Popeyes, but that's workplace injury waiting to happen. And Jack in the Box. If they're jacking in the box, I'm out. So yeah, I worked at Wendy's, and I did my 3 to 5. I did my pimply face prison sentence. I really should have gone to In-N-Out. Would have been over so much faster. But things are different now. My collar is now white, and my collar is found in the White Castle. I work as an accountant, and I know everyone's probably thinking that's one of the least funny professions that you can have, and you're not wrong. I'm hoping to redeem myself a little bit tonight. To be one of the crabs that gets out of the boring bucket. Everyone thinks that accountants are these math savants. But I'll let you in on a little industry secret. We subscribe to the ABCs. Always bring calculators. Or lazy too sometimes. I work as an accountant because you gotta pay the bills somehow, right? But it's actually a common misconception. Accountants don't actually get paid in normal money like everyone else does. We get paper cut. And that's obviously very different than pay-per-view because no one's going to pay to watch an accountant work, right? Ben Affleck even tried, bless him. I guess a few of you know the reference that I'm making. So Ben Affleck actually starred in a movie called The Accountant, and it was not a box office smash. It was a stock market crash. They did the math. Ben Affleck is no Brad Pitt. He actually managed to get people to pay to go and see a movie about baseball or math nerdery in baseball, which was practically named as a bad porno. It was almost Moneyballs. But there is actually someone that I would pay to see portray an accountant in a film. And that person is Jim Carrey. You can just picture it, right? Ace Ventura, Tax Accountant. And the sequel, Tax Accountant 2, When CRA Calls. He could pull it off, I'm sure. I'm sure he could. I actually have to consult my calculator. Doing this joke slightly out of order. Yes. No, that's right. Yes. When I was getting ready to go off to college, my father always emphasized that I should get a good job. And so when I was getting ready to go off to college, he said, Lacey, you should become a tax accountant because you'll always have work. And that was the day that I knew for sure that my father hated me. Because I hate taxes and tax accounting. They make me want to hypotenuse myself, I guess it's fair to say I was kind of a tax crab. I'm really more of a well-read lobster, but that's another story. I am a masochist, but I do have my limits, right? So, taxes are to accounting as social media is to human interaction. If you actually prefer to do it that way, you're probably a miserable person. The other thing, people tend to think that accountants are not very sexy. I will admit, I do love spreadsheets. I do. A messy bed really turns me on. If that sounds like a good time to you, meet me at the subway. Thank you. I'm Lacey Artemis.
Come on.